All right, welcome back, my friends. And here we are for another fine episode 43. Previously, we were at Angel's Landing, Edinburgh, and Naples Island, the other one in Southern California. So appreciate you all being here, and we have an extra special episode once again. And this site always amazes me on just how you can tweak and move a certain thing and just be at awe by the landscape, which comes down to Mother Nature and, of course, a bit of Google Maps magic to be able to look down below. So this is a terrain and a place of the world that captivates me to visit, and I'll do probably multiple episodes here. And I just thought I would start with the center with you all. And I saw this strand here and just wanted to jump into it right away. Whoa, okay, very unexpected. Had no idea, from where I started, that it would be as high looking as this. And anytime you're above the clouds is utterly majestic, especially when the sun is captured the edge of the horizon like that. So, what a miraculous photo, and really amazing to see fluffiness of the clouds kind of matching the rocks, creating this beautiful match, but contrast at the same time with the landscape and the skyline, that being the sky meeting the clouds. So, speaking very poetically here, but inspired by Mother Nature and this amazing photo, look down below. It does look like a lot like a like we're in the heart of a volcano. So, well, we did see that we can traverse this blue line as it is, which is very inspirational because there's a lot of people up here. Looks like they've enjoyed their journey getting here, and just trying to see how we can traverse perhaps out of it. So looks like we're looking north here, and I'm not sure if I'm going the right way, but perhaps we're leading downhill. So if we're looking north, I'll give a little clue here. We're in the southern hemisphere, so if we're looking north, right, the sun kind of follows the equator, if you know what I mean. So it looks like we're at the sunset. And I really appreciate that you have this simple trail along the ridge line here, because I've seen very many where they kind of get abused, certain trails. It's nice to see that this one's not so bad. A little bit slow moving here towards the horizon, but I'm not sure why that was. Seems like I lost the arrows. It's kind of like, I don't know if there's a thing between the X's and the little arrows, but this basically came from this peak, and we're going to this one, and that's actually really cool to see the sun over there and the moon over there. And when you see that, actually, it is a good sign that there might be an eclipse soon, because you can tell they're lining up. Sun's gonna be setting, the Earth's right in the middle, and there's the moon almost directly behind. So, but this is June 2015, and I do not recall a lunar eclipse because the Earth would be getting in the way of the sun's light. Sometimes it's vice versa. Definitely a majestic shot. People got their photos out. It's interesting, you know. I wonder how much people sometimes are out there with the Google Map guy, because we've got this nice crew up here. This is a good group of people, and you know, it's like kind of reminds me of Jumtola Beach. I'll probably quote that one for the remainder that I do this show, and that one always will amaze me how I'm still looking for answers on how those people were on that beach, and the interaction with the camera, you know, was part of the magic of that episode. I think it was episode 7, and this one is pretty similar. So these people are really nicely decked out. I'm seeing some really nice shoes here, nice gear. This guy's got a really expensive lightweight jacket. A lot of people got the poles, and you know, they're probably hanging out here for the night. Unless I'm mistaken in that the sun is rising and they're starting their day, but you know, there's a tent over here. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. It'd be kind of neat. Ah, okay, that's pretty cool. They're in their little happy plastic pods for the night. Tents are really, you know, cool place to be in places like this, as long as the wind doesn't disrupt you too much. So that was really fun. I'm really glad to have seen that part of this mountain. I have no idea. Randonnée à Peton de Niges, which is interesting. Again, because I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, because I've been able to kind of get a gander of where we're at, and apply a good mixture of cultures here. You know, this one's very Tibetan, which is probably a bit misleading for all of you, but maybe it's not, maybe not, maybe not. Beautiful, that's probably a trailhead, you know, beginning, down below, and being here, we're at the top. So, very majestic, beautiful horizons. I love trails like this. We got the stone steps in there, the wet leaves, the mossy branches of wood, and that is, like, to me, Bushido. Again, pronunciation, I'll say that so much, but Bushido, you know, the Japanese, kind of like the warrior is appreciation of the finer things in life and nature, that for that matter. So that is definitely one of them. That's a great picture. So, and if that's accurate, December 2017, it's pretty wonderful. So a good mix of photos here. Interesting terrains. Again, just feels like we're in the mouth of a volcano, which would make sense, I guess, now that I think about it, which in the part of the world that we are. So we went from hilltop to hilltop, and see if we can kind of click the little yellow guy, and perhaps view a little bit further down the way. But, you know, I want to check out this blue circle here, and a little bit more the same, but beautiful that it is for sure. So, wow. Nice to be able to get up close and personal with the nature aspects here, seeing the dirt, and see the plants. You know, when you're above the clouds like this, pretty much most of the time you're at high altitude. You know, some people would know what kind of clouds those are, and pretty much know by looking at it what altitude that we are at. So I'm gonna guess, this is a rough guess, but we are at 11, oh, that's so bad, 11,000 feet. It's a really rough guess. Put myself on the line there. And kind of bouldering, you know. I heard Mount Woodson is a lot like this, or Mount Russell, I should say, in the Sierras. I've known a lot of people that have hiked the Sierras, and it's kind of similar to this, but this one's a little bit more grassy, and it's a great shot with the moon to the right there. And it's really cool to be on mountains, of course, because you really feel like you're on top of the world. So, gravitating down a little bit more. It's interesting, you know, you have these squiggly lines, and then they kind of hook up and down. And I don't know why that is. And then it's on part of it, you know, we saw it was a dotted line, so interesting to see that. So we're getting closer to the cloud line, and you can see there's a lot more plants. And when that happens, you know, it tells us that it's a little bit more inhabitable. So things are a little bit happier at lower altitude. You have more rain, more oxygen. And when you get above 10,000 feet, which I hope to do above 10,000 feet a lot of the times on this show, but when you're above that, you know, as many of you probably know, things can get tricky. You know, when you move, you get tired. You kind of can get more cranky. It can be more challenging because you're susceptible to being more dehydrated and things like that. So nonetheless, this is really cool. So we've just gone down just a little bit more, still close to the skyline, you know, the cloud line, and we're again seeing the landscape change. We were all in rocks when we were at the top, right? Just a little bit of like fuzzy, you know, plants, and here we are again. Check it out. It's quite interesting to see that it was this whitish one, and now we got a blend of the yellow in there. Looks like a cool little campsite. Place to, you know, I've seen these in the Sierras, and this one is starting to look actually incredibly well placed. You got like the separation of the trails from this nice hangout, and they probably did tours here, and they probably feed the people. You know, it's a good place to you know, play it safe, really. So you got higher grass here, thicker grass, bigger, heftier trees, very grizzled for that matter, for sure. Check them out. I mean, those leaves are pointy, and so are those. And this one looks like a younger one, or that's, you know, reacting to the June timeline. You know, spring starting to grow, so you'll have different colors of plantage. I'm not a biologist or botanist by any matter, so. But you know, when spring happens, it does really tend to have contrasting colors because things are growing out of the other old stuff. So great bench, great place to hang out. Love it that we're in this cloud line. That's a great photo. So again, a great place for this building here. And now we can see why there's so many people enjoying this journey. To be here in person would be something quite wonderful. So again, add it to one of my many places to check out. And these people are, you know, what a good place to change your socks, for sure. Kind of curious if we can skip out of here and see any photos of what it's like inside. Gete du beton de Nies. Kind of sounds French. Wow. Triple decker. And I haven't seen bunks this tight since I was on, I believe it was the Missouri in Honolulu. Nice. Tables are set. Very homely. Any more interior photos? Is this a nighttime photo? Come on, does it work? Oh, kind of. It kind of works. So, okay. This could be a whole documentary on this in itself. Depending on what hemisphere or what part of the world you reside or frequent or whatnot, you're gonna see different stars in the sky. And I've only been in the southern hemisphere for about 18 days. And when I was down there, when you look up, you know, it looked quite different. Nice golden horizon lower line down there. So wow, this place is very well fortified. Interesting. Looks like almost like a tomb. National Forest. Huh. Okay. So we got a little checkout of what was there. And for some reason, clicking a photo took me a bit somewhere else. A little bit downward. That was weird. Not sure how that happened. Spoiler! Just kidding. So here we are. So interesting that we could keep going along the ridge line. That's really cool. So maybe we'll do that another time. Actually, kind of might as well, right? We'll duck in just really quick. An auto repair shop. That is weird. So again, dropping down in the altitude, and interesting that we're right along this fence line. And the grass is trimmed, telling me that there's livestock in there. Beautiful photo. Again, kind of very dewy, it looks like. So it looks like we're in a very wet part of the world. So livestock in there, little ranch. How wonderful. So we're up in this volcanic area, look like, right? And perhaps let's take a quick gander here. Looks like another homely cottage area. Wow, check that out. Looking back above where we were on the ridge line. Very homely. Love the cedar looking wood. Cedar is apparently very good for keeping away bad things that's gonna rot most woods, like bugs and you know, the changing of the hot and cold and condensation, and that causes rot. And cedar is supposed to be really good for that. And just to review, that is a lot what cedar looks like. It's very similar to pine, but has this reddish coloring in it as well. So there we go. Probably the same thing, but finished with a glossy cover. And you gotta love stairways up to beds with the triangular rooftops. Something very homely about it. So loving this place. And let's see if we can find any food areas. All right, what we got here? Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure if those are capers. That would be a lot of capers if it was, but maybe I don't want to say lentil. It's like a lentil soup with sausage and a little bit of green and rice there. That's nice. Les Cynthia, I guess. And again, looks like that soup with it's like some bacon. Nice area. Looks very nice anyways. Next to a hotel, I guess? Perhaps. And, alright, a video. Let's check it out. 9 seconds worth. Whoa, check out those rocks. So, this area is very full of surprises. I'm very happy to see this. And, love seeing the video within our video. This kind of reminds me of like a... I don't want to say an archery range down below. Maybe a golf area. Huh. we came here to looking for food, right? Now we're looking at all these terrains, which is very interesting. Let's go into 2D mode. You can kind of see it's on this plateau. All right, one more food place. Where'd it go? I missed it. Lost it. Did I click on it? I did. Okay. So outdoor, we got some papyrus looking plants there. Ah, delicious. I'm seeing more and more French fries everywhere. Interesting spread. I'm not sure what this yellow, maybe a corn, but it looks delicious. I gotta stop doing the show when I'm hungry. Nice just collage of food, and the soup is looking like kind of like a staple here. Probably grows really well, so I'm all for that. Looks healthy. Got a wide variety of food. Humble establishments, but very cozy, and that is utterly wonderful. Got some shopping. You got a little like pond down here. This is a great place. So with that, my friends, where are we? If you've been able to guess, I still don't know because I got into it so fast. But so here we are, and Reunion Island. My guess is that this was at some point a major stop along a shipping area. So more to this part of the world for a future episode. And really love and enjoy spending this time with all of you. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you all again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.